We're going again. We're going again. What will we get? Nobody knows. This has to be here. Which one works? I think. Hungry, silver, smartphones, kid. So I wanted to tell a little anecdote that happened the other day, which was I was running as I do, and okay, and I passed an older couple relatively early on in the run. And as I was passing it was like a wife and a husband. And as I was passing them, that was a crazy run. The husband said something along the lines of, is that the best, you know, is that the fastest you can go or whatever? Or no, it was like, can you go any faster? Something like that. And I gave like a smirk back because that was kind of funny. I thought it was a little goofy. All right, flying fish like technically works with this plus the trumpet if we got another one, but like honestly, I don't think spawning's that great. I'd rather just take a dolphin. I guess if I do this and then, nope, doesn't work that way still. Okay. Sure. That I gave a smirk but then kept going, like as I passed. It all happens in, you know, like a blink of a couple seconds. But I could tell, like in my mind, I was sort of mentally calculating, okay, based on how fast they're going, and depending on a couple of, like a fork or two that maybe they could take, there is a chance that I could see them again at around this time if things go the right way. You know, so I keep that in mind as I go. And, you know, it was like perfect. I saw them again exactly as pretty much exactly when I thought I would. And I was like, to answer your question, no, I gotta take it easy today. And they start cracking up, right? Oh, class, oh, nice one. And then I keep going or whatever. I was like, that was a fun interaction. You know, nothing crazy, but it's like, you know, just a fun little life moment. Making life a little more fun for the heck of it, right? And I thought that was the end of it for sure. And it seemed like it was the end of it for sure. Do I want this level? I guess I can farm for another level, but I don't love farm roll. And so I continue on doing my thing. And eventually I'm like on my way home or whatever. And I had to stop at a stoplight. You know, an intersection. Yeah, nice wholesome life moment, exactly. I had to stop at a red light or whatever, you know, 4-way. And I'm waiting there. I'm kind of doing just sitting there waiting for a moment for the light to change. I hear a honk honk. I kind of like look up. The car comes by. I see like, you know, windows down. Hey, what are you doing stopping? And it was like, you know, it was just like, oh, a third time? No one expected the third time. They were coming from a different direction. How'd they even get over there? So it was just like a third. The second layer, you know, I expected the second one to happen based on like the loop and everything. But the third time was like out of nowhere. Like, happened to be crossing that specific street. Happened to that I got caught by the light. Happened to notice that I was there ahead of time for them to roll the window, and that the red light was them going, and it was just like, it was perfect. It was awesome. I don't really want to do this, but I guess I'll do this. It was great. It was just like, it made it like a third level of wholesome and funny, and it's just like, that was great. That was great. One of those stories when you say it, it's like, okay, that like nothing happened, and it's like, exactly. Nothing happened. That's why it was hilarious. Because most of the time, of course, when when I run by people, you know, it's a wave or maybe a hey, how you doing or something at best. But him starting it off with that goofy comment just made it so much better. I don't really want to try to level this cockroach, but you know, there is the Jersey Devil stuff going on. The Hoatzin is pretty good. The Racket Tail is just kind of there. This combo is not doing a whole lot anymore. This plus this makes sense. You do kind of need to keep these in front so the trumpet doesn't trumpet. We don't need this because we didn't freeze the Hoatzin. All right, we get one. Give me the groundhog. Give me the groundhog. We'll have to accept it. I would guess we're gonna lose this one, but okay, shot. Not the best trade there, and that's a good combo that they had with the urchin plus whatever that thing is called. I think we got to take this now. Okay, I can live with this. You put this here. You'll get 2 shots off of it. We don't really need this. We're not really doing the strawberry thing. We're not really doing anything, if we want to be honest with ourselves. We're not really doing anything. Kind of tough to not use my money. Okay. I guess I would, well, hold on. Level 3. I guess I would rather this first. That's interesting. Place friendly treasure. Maybe you copy the Parrot on something, get rid of one of these combos. I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of shooting activities going on. If the dolphin dies, though, we're in trouble. Okay, we got very lucky. We still lost. Alright, well, never mind. Never mind, I guess. Okay. So about that. Yeah. I mean, we gotta take the slug, probably. We gotta kind of take the slug for any amount of, you know what? Slug plus sea cucumber? I guess? And in that way, more room for things to take place. Very gambly, of course, but it might be where we have to be, if we're gonna be honest with ourselves here. We might need to do some gambling to have a chance. Well, let's go gambling! Alright, we got rid of one of their fig thingies. Feel like this is winnable? It was indeed winnable. Comedy comes in 3s, exactly. We gotta take this level now. Okay. How much do we care? I mean, that was my first level 3 cockroach. How much do we care about that versus keeping a random dolphin? Probably just do this. Probably better for us to do that. I mean, the sea urchin can be useful for sure. I don't know if that will prove useful enough for us, really, though. I mean, you can put it on the sea cucumber for after the fact, but it's likely not going to do a whole lot, but you know, there's something. It's something, I guess. Okay. Interesting team. Whoa, it transformed into a Kappa? How'd you do that? Oh, because of the Toad ability or whatever. Got it. Okay. Freeze. So we're doing the moose thing, it seems. Which we know, if we get a donut, you know, that's got something that can work. Yeah, alright. I guess maybe that's what I'm looking for. A donut and tier 1s? Okay, never... Oh, perfect money, though. Nice. There is a, you know, you could just do this thing again and get more health, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. We're gonna try the sea slug, but actually get a little more slugging on, as well as using the parrot for some slugging, too. This team looks pretty good. Couple of shots is not the best, not the worst. It's enough, though. It's enough. It's enough. Probably rather this first, I suppose. Nothing to speak. Again, you could do this thing. It's probably better than the cockroach. I think. The problem, I guess, with the Kappa would be that leveling it up doesn't really help us. Where, like, maybe if you do the pup, whatever the pup one is called, the Cerberus, that's probably better because you get more shots. So I think I'm gonna leave this here for now, with the idea that maybe we're gonna be looking to get a Cerberus, and we are gonna do the health thing. We are going to do the health thing. Spike up that health. Especially because we don't really want it to hit the cockroach right now. Alright, well, you're just doing that, so we're dead. That's just absurd, so... I don't know how the hell you pulled that off, but... Congrats, I guess. I don't know how you pulled that off. That's crazy. Alright. Yep. Transform into an... Oh, the same tier. Yeah, it's not gonna help us. You gotta take that. Not one of the tier 6s we were hoping for. So we're just gonna have to move on from that. I guess I would like this. Even if it ends up just being the fact that I was gonna say I should freeze the lollipop, but I suppose I can't really. Okay, you're gonna have you're gonna have a lot of trumpets up there. You are gonna have a lot of trumpets up there. Can we kill it? So close. Even with the urchin ability. That's brutal. We really needed that. We really needed that one to not be a loss. I think if we had a chance of going the distance, we needed that one to not be a loss. Which is a bit of a bummer. Okay. There is this now. And then I guess we have to stick you in front? Which is fine. This song's a banger, by the way, if you're not aware. Yeah. I think that's worth it. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's also the idea, you know, maybe we put the Parrot behind the Cerberus too and get that ability. Might have made more sense, now that I'm thinking about it. Big frog. Okay, alright. It's weird, because we do have a ways to go, so the scaling from the extra stuff does kind of make sense. At the same time, getting more shards for the poison dart frog also makes sense. So, you know, I don't know what's going on with that. I think I can't really try to level the moose really more than that, so. I think the more shots with the frog is pretty good. Temptation to take cornucopia a little bit, but also maybe just roll for these guys. There is also this temptation just to get more gold, but I think we'll eventually want to move some stuff around anyway, so that's a good one to keep. Alright, and let's see if this works out well or not. I feel like it might be not bad. That's a big frog. That's a big frog. Toad. Sorry, Toad. No, it's Frog. It's a Frog. It's a Frog. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good combination. I think that's probably better than the extra tasties. The tasties have been good, no doubt. No doubt they've been good. Do that. Roll it out from here, I think. You just can't buy anything, so you just gotta roll for more tier 1s. Not the best, but we got 3. It's gonna make it close to... It's gonna make it a 50-50. Alright. So we gotta put something on the Toad that makes it not get... Well, actually, no, because now the Moose will go Randy, right? I think. It'll go random. Pretty decent sized dog you're gonna get, but I also just had 4 shots with the Toad, which is also pretty stupid. So, hold on. You ever had a dream so goated that you could write a whole story based on what on it that's cool from multiple angles? I don't think so. I don't think I have. I did have a weird dream recently though, which is, for me, kind of a standout thing because I don't normally remember my dreams. I'm a person that very rarely has memories from their dreams, and so that does stick out to me. I'm tempted to do this, but it's just, I feel like I would rather roll for tier 1s first, unless it was a chocolate or something. Man, that is a stinky amount of those, huh? Okay, alright, you brought me back, it was for some reason, was in like a big house, or rented, or something, and there was a party slash, oh man, this is a crazy team. Hold on, though, I'm shooting? I don't think it's gonna be enough. Okay, killing the first unit with the last dog is actually a big deal, because that makes it enough. I was worried that if the 50-50 had to, you know, die to the 48 or whatever, then we would have been in trouble. And there was a bunch of people over. It was mostly like, I think, childhood slash middle school people. But then also for some reason Tyler 1 was there. That was a real strange aspect of what was going on. I was like, I don't know why that's happening. He was there for some reason, and then he played Magic the Gathering with me, plus a bunch of faceless people that weren't the childhood friends and things, acquaintances. And then all of a sudden we were in the middle of the house, but it was like, almost like sitting, imagine like a giant living room, and you're not sitting in a circle, but it's more like rectangular setup of like folding chairs and whatever, and just everyone like having conversations, but for some reason in that setup. And then at one point someone went like crazy and and then we were snowed in, so no one could leave, and so that's why we had gathered into that the big rectangle to like check in on everyone. Which I don't even know, like, what does that even mean, really? And, and wasn't really clear how much time had passed, but eventually someone started going crazy because they didn't get to have their, like, medication or something. Ooh, a mushroom. You got pretty lucky to get a mushroom, but then you didn't get it again, so. Can we beat this team? I think we can, because these Dart Frog shards are adding up? Yeah, we're winning this. Dude, what a sick run! We were at 1 health when we had like 5 wins. That was crazy. And the Parrot, super useful from slug mode to pup mode. And I called out, you know what, I'm gonna donut this so that we have the cockroach another turn or 2, but we're gonna get a pup and then we're gonna have that do the things for the shots. That was sick. You had a dream this weekend about an alien that had to evacuate from its planet and had to adapt to living on a different planet with different culture separated from its former family. I don't know what to say about that. That's has like some underlying like potential, you know, relation to things happening but people calling other people aliens deal, and you know, different cultures. So I don't know if I want to touch that. But I don't know if I want to touch that necessarily is what I'm getting at. But okay, probably the last run of this weekly. Had 2 cool wins. Both of them had moose and had slug. I wasn't necessarily trying to go out of my way to do that, but we did get the slug level early. So what are you gonna do, I guess? Oh, I also, because it's Memorial Day weekend, I visited the parents and such, and my dad has an iPad. He's not very good with computers, but he's learned how to use his iPad. And alright, I guess I take this plus this. And he has one of those things where you the like attachment thing so it can stand up, and then it has a keyboard on it like that you can use, but except the keyboard doesn't actually like, you know, it doesn't plug into the iPad. It's just Bluetooth or something like that. And so he was telling me he couldn't get the keyboard stopped working, and he couldn't figure out how, and he assumed he must have messed up some setting or whatever. And I don't use Apple products, so I don't really have the best grasp on, you know, I know how to generally use technology. So I'd be like, okay, check settings. All right, there's a keyboard thing there. Click that, see if there's anything there. Okay, maybe not. Accessibility, maybe you turned on some weird keyboard thing and it's not letting you use it or something. Okay, it's not that. Okay, and I make him do the clicking with, or the touching with his fingers, and I just like am standing up telling him what to do. And both of these are pretty bad for me. And then I'm like, okay, check the Bluetooth thing if there's anything there, and nothing. Couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't use this stuff. It's the best I could do. I assumed it would have been related to. I assumed it would have been related to the Bluetooth or something, but couldn't figure it out. And later on, like a couple hours later, whatever, sitting around, and I don't know what it was. Something related to the conversation we were having made me, like, it was like a brain blast thing, where it was just like, wait a second. How do you charge your iPhone, but your iPad, but your keyboard isn't connected to the iPad, like with a physical thing? How is the keyboard being powered? And he just like kind of sat there for a moment and was like, how is it getting powered? I'm like, oh my god. Clearly it must be that it died of battery or whatever it is. And he was like, I guess I never thought of it. It just kind of works. And I've had it for so long. I'm like, well, go get it and see if there's some way to plug it in. And he came out and he was like, yeah, you could just, you know, USB-C or whatever. It charges. And I'm like, oh my god. How did you not think of that? And he was like, he then was like, it means this thing's pretty good. I've been using this for like easily over a year, and it has not needed. I didn't even need to charge it. I didn't even know. It's just like, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Okay. I kind of want to do the mole thing, at least to make it work, right? I would have to have it in front. I don't really want to give this stuff to any of these because they're all kind of poopy, but I guess the Bargus is probably the best one, and then an egg is definitely not what I'm looking for. Granted, egg on a chipmunk, you can get an egg back for free, though probably not really what we want anyway. Sea urchin wouldn't be the worst, or whatever, the seaweed. I gotta put something on somebody though, so I guess it's gonna be the fish. Also means that I can save the groundhog level for next turn, which is nice. Okay, well, that's just actually terrible math, because it really didn't help at all. So that's unfortunate. That was just... didn't help at all. The alien got taken in by a family with an adopted daughter, and they bonded as siblings over losing their families and dealing with their loss. Holy shit. The goddamn movie. Copy ability. I do feel bad that I sold the cockroach, because it was my first level 3, but if we kept it, we would not have won that last session, so I kind of had to. Wait a second. No, there's no way to get this to work, right? Yeah, you can't really feint this to then strawberry, but then let the mole do its thing, and I guess the parrot is good. It doesn't really have anything great to copy right now. Would I rather have an extra spawn here or an extra spawn with this? I guess probably this, but then that messes up the order of everything too, right? Because we kind of need them both in front now. Which I guess is fine, they're 4 attack. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Dolphin is certainly better than a groundhog to copy. Now we no longer need them to be there, but that's okay. We'll put them up front still anyway. Dolphin, fish, this is good. Alright, we're turning things around a little bit, maybe. Maybe. 2 dolphin shots is good. Okay. Whoa, that's a big bird there. Damn, it still did not matter at all. It's a bit of a bummer. I'm doing this mole even though it's just kind of not gonna be that great. I would like to save the level, but I think we kind of have to, so. You can't really do both of these. I think I'm just gonna end the turn and pray that something happens. I think that's what we're gonna do. Blue dragon level 2. Ooh, with a slice on it too? With a sliced up turn? Hold on, we win. We lose. No, we win. Okay, alright. Scared, I was scared. There are a lot of levels coming up. Potentially for a clownfish type of deal. Don't really want to put an egg on, but... well, poison dart frog kind of works well with this too, I guess, right? Well, only really once, but still. Probably better than most other things we could do. Yeah, probably. Unless... I was like, unless we get a level right now. And remember, I do still have to buy something. That's depressing. The other thing I'm realizing is that it would be really not great if, if these get sniped before the mole gets to do its thing. Alright, this is just a very depressing set of not rolling the 3 different units we could roll for a level. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. Level 2 dolphin, we're done for. Yep. Mole will never get to activate, and we're dead. You know what? We got a 10 win though. It's fine. We got a 10 win. We got to do the thing a little bit. We got to do the thing a little bit, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking great though. Not looking great. I guess this, oh no, because it'll shoot this, but then if it shoots that, alright. Well, I don't freaking know. The whole thing's crap anyway. The whole thing's a disaster anyway, let's be honest. I had to have one really bad run for this weekly. It's okay. It's okay. No mole ability, we're done. It's all over, folks. One more round to go. One more round to go. Yes. Perfect. Yes, +2/+2. Just what I needed. It sucks because if there was any chance of making it, you would pretty much have to Komodo. But now it's like, well, we just leveled this and it's gonna make a 12/12, which is pretty good for the team. But then that fucks up the order. Alright, you know what? Give me one of these. Well, probably should level the dolphin if we actually want to win, but 9/10's pretty big though. Tiger repeats ability for level. Copy ability. Okay. Alright. Alright, time to pack it up. 9/10 at the back for no reason. Definitely does not need to be in the back. Alright, the 2020 is gonna keep us alive. Oh my god. I mean, it did, but not even a win there is pretty rough. Problem is we like, I guess if we sell this, and then do this, and then do this. I mean, the mole is just not good. The 12/12 is. We don't have, I guess we could roll and then, but then if the mole is in the back, it's a disaster. I think we just need the luck for a turn or two and then get rid of the mole. I think that's what we actually need. I think that's what we actually need. Because we could sell and then buy this. We could sell this and then buy this plus a perk. Remove it. Give one pet the bag at 4 attack. Remove the front and perk once. Last food bought this turn. That doesn't count, unfortunately. Very much a silly purchase, but did that keep the entire? Oh, what am I doing, dude? This is the dumbest thing I could have done. Yeah, let's put in a tiger on this situation where we're Komodoing. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. Alright, get rid of the tiger. What a waste of fucking money. Get rid of the damn tiger, dude. What a stupid decision that was. Well, no, I mean, it is a stupid decision for sure. It is. It is 100% a bad decision. A 100% a bad decision. I'm just gonna toss one of these on to be safe in case something gets sniped once. You're gonna roll it all. I mean, again, we're getting lucky with mole at the front, I'll tell you that much. A man with a similar attitude. A 30-something, huh? I mean, we knew that was happening, let's be honest. It's alright, ignore this one. Ignore this one. Remember all these other good times instead. Remember these? Remember this 10? This was a sick run. This was also a sick run where we realized the donut a thing was a thing. And just getting to do peanuts in 2025 is nice too. It's because they don't really let you do that as much. And yeah. Turns out Moose is good. The slug is, even though the slug was on my team on the 2 times that I got 10, I don't necessarily think the slug is like game breaking mega needed to 10 win. I think it was just that I usually got them kind of early or was looking for a pet to bring in, and so I was like, okay, we might get some passive permanent stats along the way anyway, so like go with it. It also like removes perks kind of or something. It was like removing other people's perks, which is a nice bonus. Though, you know, there's so many things happening where it's like, okay, well, maybe if it's a strawberry ability from our opponent and it gets removed before we even put on the tasty whatever, but, like, you know, whatever. Two fun sessions, I think, and some fun stories along the way. But I would say that was a good weekly for me. Would probably like to see a little more of the new pets and stuff, but that's kind of the whole thing when I'm doing it the way I am, where I'm not doing the pack and I'm just gonna see them as I see them. It's just that, as chat was saying, what did I say? Sea slug, sea cucumber, whichever thing it is. Wait, what is it? Is it a? My UI's broken for some reason. Whatever. The freaking new stuff. It would be nice if, when they're in there, there's a little more for it to synergize with, like how they set that up with strawberries to like require certain strawberry things, but they kind of work without it, I guess, so it's okay. Anyway, let's get out of here.